want to turn it over now to my good friend and national security expert extraordinaire, Kash Patel.
Thanks, Monica. If only President Trump had 100 Monicas, we could win this thing overnight. And the good news is, if President Trump wins, she's going to go back and be in charge of pretty much everything. So, problem solved. But the problem at hand is, how do we get them there? And it's what everybody's been talking about. You guys have the substance, you have the knowledge, but we got to do the stuff that our community, our side is not used to doing. You got to go vote early. It doesn't matter if you don't like it and if you want to change it. Yes, I love you, for you all and all of us. And they've done it. They've raided our houses of worship. They've gone to where our children go to school and put people in handcuffs, parents, for having the audacity to say, I want my kid at the age of 10 to learn reading, science, and math, and not gender fluidity. That's what they're doing to us on the face of it. Just think of what they're doing to us behind the curtain where you can't see. And that's why Donald Trump is their greatest threat. He exposed their weaponized system, their two-tier system of justice. He has shown not just how he's unconstantly gone after him time and time again, but he has shown how they're going after you. He continues to do is get out to your communities and deliver the message the mainstream never will. Talk to him about Russiagate. Talk to him about impeachment 1. Talk to him about impeachment 2. And then we tell you, oh, those were just, whatever one-offs. It's never going to happen again. Talk to him about the last election, the last presidential election. And the week before, when 51 intelligence officers got together and wrote a lie they knew was a lie, and got the mainstream media to roll it out and say Hunter Biden's laptop was Russian disinformation. I know you all know it wasn't, but you know who doesn't? Half of your community. Because they voted for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris based on that lie. And it's not a Republican and Democratic thing. Don't go out there and say, oh, I'm right, you're wrong. That's not what we're here to do. We're saying, hey, I want you to vote on the truth. Why don't you read this and vote on the truth on November 5th? And show them that letter. And then now show them that Joe Biden's own Attorney General, Merrick Garland, prosecuted and convicted Joe Biden's own son with the evidence on that laptop. Obviously, we knew it wasn't a lie. Bill Barr knew it was a lie when he let that letter out as Donald Trump's Attorney General. So did Gina Haspel when she was CIA director. She let it go public in less than 6 hours. Less than 6 hours, these people rigged a presidential election yet again. And so what we can't do, though, is go out there and start talking about the cheat, the steal, or whatever, this or that, or the other. I don't care. Listen, I can't go back in time and make Donald Trump president yesterday or last year or 2 years ago. The next election is 15 days away. You can make him the commander-in-chief if you go out to your communities and start talking about the truth and what he is going to do for you, and continue to showcase them the corruption that Washington, D.C. and the government gangsters there have continued to churn out. They only care about one thing, not political affiliation. They care about their next job, paycheck, their title, and their next power play to go through and in and out of Washington, D.C. They've been doing it for decades. And what President Trump did was expose their corruption and showed the cost of these endless wars, and showed the cost of a weaponized system of justice and an unlawful targeting of American citizens. And so what do? They double down, triple down, quadruple down, and go after him again and again and again and again. Because they know if he wins, he's coming in to finish the job. And people always say, we want accountability. Why didn't Trump give us accountability in the first term? These guys built the deep state, it took them 60 years. It's going to take more than 4. At least he took it head on and exposed it and got to some of it. But if he comes back, he will finish the job in 4 years. But he can only come back if you guys send him there. And you got to send him there with J.D. Vance, but you got to go all the way down the ticket. Congress, Senate, state legislatures, sheriffs, town councils, everything up and down the Senate. Because if you don't send him there with majorities in the Senate and the House, you've seen what the government and the deep state will do to his America First agenda. And so you got to go out there and tell them that story, that they robbed you of the truth and you voted on a lie. And if you tell them that, I believe truly they will unite behind President Trump's platform. And I want to leave you with this. Only here. I've been blessed to go all over the country. I was in Georgia yesterday and Wisconsin, Michigan last week, and we're going to keep going. And we're going to meet great folks like you. But only here in America can a kid like me, whose parents fled a genocidal dictatorship in East Africa and lawfully immigrated here to the United States of America and waited in line, only here could you see their kid rise up to the senior-most positions in the United States government and national security. That's the American dream I'm living, but that American dream is not just for me, it's for your kids and for your grandkids. So we have to make sure they have that dream. And everywhere I go and I talk to the immigrant communities, Everyone I talk to wants legal immigration. We all waited in line. We are the ones that don't want illegal immigrants maybe more than anyone else. Seriously, because we left a regime that bastardized the law to come to a constitutional republic here. And so for you guys, you have to carry that message and tell those stories to folks that think Donald Trump is orange man bad. Because that's what the mainstream media wants. And then they're going to come up with enemies within and all this nonsense. And you know it's BS. But unless you combat it in your communities, we can't win. So get it together, Pennsylvania. 15 days. That's not even a playoff cycle. And we'll see you on November 6th when we elect Donald J. Trump president of the United States.